Happy Crafting Thursday, everybody. This is Technique Thursday today. I am going to just show you some blending techniques when it comes to applying our inks with some blending brushes. I've picked 3 inks this morning. I've got Darling Duckling, Granny Apple Green and Lemon Lime Twist. It's not a combination I've used before, but I have got some of our book boxes, which are on last chance at the moment. I think they're about £4, just over £4 for a pack of 10. So each one comes in, it's 2 different parts, and you glue and stick them together once you've done it. So this was a one I made, and I just added paper, and I put a Velcro fastener on it. And this is for a thank you card to one of my new team members. Well, thank you gift for one of my 2 new team members. Yeah, so that's what they look like, those book boxes, when they're put together. I just think they're a nice, very nice little gift to give somebody. So today I decided I was going to do some blending first before adding any embellishments. I thought I'd give you a quick overview of blending. Now, I will often start with the lightest colour, but today I'm actually going to start off with our Lemon Lime Twist, which is probably the medium colour that I'm going to be using today, and I just want to get some of that on the edges. So I'm going to ink up my brush. I've got lots of ink on there, but what I don't want to do is put it straight down, so I'm going to actually start off the page, off my piece of paper, and I'm just going to go around the edges with this one, and it's just a very light circular motion. It'd be great if I didn't actually have ink on my hands, wouldn't it? We should be able to blend that out quite nicely. Let me just get one of my wipes to quickly clean my hand with. Okay. Right, let's continue. So, blending that in, just adding that colour, and I'm going to add it all the way around. Again, when I first start, come off. It's a very light touch with the pad. I've just stuck my fingers in it again. The ink. Don't do what I do. Learn from my mistakes. And I'm actually going to start, I'm going to go on the fastening bit as well. Right, I'm also going to do the inside and outside of the box as well. This makes it, rather than adding paper to the boxes, which can be a little bit more time consuming, this is quite quick and easy to do. And it can also give quite a nice, I wouldn't say grungy, but less elegant, shall I say. Just going to quickly go over there. Okay, so I'm gradually building up the colour, and now I'm going to go on the inside. Just checking. I may as well do it all, and then if it gets covered up, it gets covered up when we fold it. Just to add that hint of colour. Right, okay, so I think I'm done with my Lemon Lime Twist. Now we're going to come in with some Granny Apple Green. Now this is a darker colour, so I'm going to add just mainly around the edges. Again, I'm starting off on the side. Now to get the edges of my box, I can just turn it and pick up that side edge there. Turn it backwards, do the same here. now you would take your time over this. I'm obviously doing this very quickly for a very quick demonstration. I would be layering up my colour a little bit more, but let's just continue, see how we're getting on. Okay, so again, I'm starting at the edges, bringing it in. You just get that look of a couple of different greens on here. I'm always taking a little bit of that ink off because I don't want it to be too dark. If you wanted it to be very dark, obviously you wouldn't dab off or take the ink off on the paper before. Feeding that through on my edges. Now I'm going to be adding some fun critters, I say critters, bugs from our Cute as a Bug set to this, to send as a thank you for an order that I received yesterday from one of my customers. If you do order from me, I always send you either a thank you card or a little gift as a thank you, depends on how much your order was. And sometimes I will even send a PDF tutorial and a card kit so that you can use over and over again. So I'm just coming in a little bit. I want to make those edges darker. On that spine. So the good thing about this is that you can layer it up. You can come in quite light initially and then just keep adding to it. I'm just going to bring it into the middle. A little bit touch on those side bits. Again, I'm just going to fold it. I'm just going to pick up on that edge bit. Sorry if I've gone out of frame at all throughout this. Alright, okay. Now I'm going to bring in our last colour, which is Darling Duckling. Now, Darling Duckling is one of our in colours for 2025 to 2027. So every year Stampin' Up bring out what we call a new set of in colours, and these colours are, you can see how juicy it is. I've not really used this at all. So Stampin' Up bring out a set of in colours every year, and they are with us for 2 years. So as I say, Darling Duckling is one from last year, so it came in 2025. It will be leaving us in 2027, unless Stampin' Up decide to keep it. Some of the colours that they brought out last year I absolutely adore. There is, some of you have watched me recently will know that I am in love with Secret Sea, and I also use a lot of cloud cover in my projects at the moment. So I will be, if they don't keep Secret Sea or cloud cover, I am going to be very disappointed. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit of depth. The good thing about these, this card is also is that it is, I've got a really smooth effect on this, so right, I'm happy with that. I'm going to do the inside in a minute, so let's just some of that Darling Duckling. I like with this, the Darling Duckling is not as bright a yellow. It's almost, I hate to say, but like almost like a mustard yellow, but it's not as deep. But I actually love the effect that you get with it. And as I say, I mean, I didn't even blend off my page, that one. I'm just putting it directly on, but because we've got such a smooth surface, it blends beautifully. Okay, let's just pick up a little bit on the inside here, because I always feel as if sometimes we forget about the inside of cards, we forget about the inside of boxes. Look, what have I done? I've completely forgotten to do this side, which is what I've just said. So let's go back to our lemon lime twist and do that inside. Now this is going to be covered a lot by the base of the box, but our edges will be seen. So I'm just going to try and pick up those edges quite deeply with this one. Yeah, our main box will be sitting on here, but as I said, the edges will be seen. So I'm just going to quickly do this. So as again, I would be taking a lot more time with this. This is just a quick demonstration for you. Back to our granny apple green. And I'm going to just pick up again, mainly on those edges. I will add a touch of our Darling Duckling as well. To make that quite dark on that edge there. Right, okay. And I'll pick up a little bit of our Darling Duckling just to add that slight hint of yellow. It just softens that green a little bit on that corner. Right, okay, so blending on our boxes to give that effect. Now I absolutely love that effect. So I will post this. Make sure that you do check back to have a look at the finished product. I will post that later on today. Yeah, so don't be afraid to blend. Have fun with your blending brushes. Have fun with just creating backgrounds. It's one of my favourite things to do, is to use blending brushes to create a quick background. You could go one step further with this. Shall we try it? Should we try it on the inside? If I just spritz the corner, I wonder what will happen. Okay, so I've just spritzed the corner. I'm going to leave that to sit for a little bit, and then I'm going to take a tissue and I'm going to dab it to see whether, sometimes when you add water, I've not used it on this card before because it's like a coated card. Yeah, okay, so it still works brilliantly. So if you wanted to, you could make your design even a little bit more grungy, because you could spritz some water on it and then lift off, because the inks that we've used are water-based, so they will come off. I actually quite like that look. So I'm just gonna to give a little bit of a different effect on the inside of the base. And you know what, I might decide to do it all over, but at the moment today, whilst we're doing this demo, I'm just going to mop up off that, and it just gives that little bit more of a mottled effect, which I really quite like. Yeah. All right, well, thank you very much for watching this first part. Check back in later when I've done the finished article. I will show you the finished article, but that is Technique Thursday. Have a good one. Bye.